I rode my LiveWire ONE electric motorcycle through Death Valley last weekend to make a point. And the point is, it's not about how far you can go on a charge, it's about where you can go on a charge. The most frequently asked question I get when I'm talking to people about my electric motorcycle is how far does it go on a charge? So my answer now is it goes so far that I once rode 117 miles through Death Valley without stopping and still had 60 miles left in reserve. The following is a documentary of clips I put together in my trip to prove that I did it, but I went 117 miles into the park with no charger along the way, picked up a level 2 charge at the Death Valley Oasis in the middle of Death Valley, and then the next day I rode back out. So I had a great time, and it really shows that range is not an issue. It just has to be reframed in such a way that people understand it, and I hope the following video moves us a little bit farther down the road to understanding range in electric motorcycles. Good evening. I'm planning a trip to the Oasis at Death Valley. It's a resort in the heart of Death Valley that's out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to take a trip there on my LiveWire ONE for the weekend. So in order to plan the trip, this is a better route planner. As you can see, I'm going to be starting right by Pasadena and Sierra Madre. I'm going to take the 210 freeway, grab the 15. In Victorville, I'll be charging for 10 minutes. Then I'll be going on to Barstow, California, charging for 28 minutes. And then Baker, California, which is one of the hottest places on Earth. Temperatures in the summer way over 120, 125 degrees. So this is the bottom of Death Valley. I'm going to take Highway 127 or Death Valley Road all the way up to the Oasis. Now, to show you how this works and how a better route planner works, it actually shows the charge time and where you need to stop. So I'll be starting at Sierra Madre. So what's happening is I started at 90% charge. I'm really going to start at 100, but for the software's sake, it starts at 90. I'm going to drive for 1 hour and 3 minutes, which is 62 miles. When I get to the Walmart in Hesperian, I'll have 27% less, so I'm going to charge for 10 minutes. So I charge for 10 minutes, go up to 51%, then go on to Barstow, California. I'll probably grab some breakfast, possibly. I'm going to leave at like 6 in the morning. So I charge for 28 minutes, up to 72%. And then wind up in Baker, California, which is this spot right here. It's right at the bottom of Death Valley. Or I'm sorry, Baker's, that's Barstow, this is Baker. So I'm gonna hit here, and then from here go north to the Death Valley Oasis Inn. So, or the Oasis at Death Valley. Now, what's interesting here, you'll notice that these are all regular charge times and speeds. I'll have a total of 3 charges for a total of 1 hour and 27 minutes to go all the way to the Oasis at Death Valley. So the total drive time will be 4 hours and 51 minutes. I'll be charging for 1.5 hours to get there. Now, one thing is to notice when I get to Baker, California, it's basically 114 miles to the Oasis. So this would be this red section on the map right here. I'm going from Baker to the Oasis at Death Valley. This is out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing here. There's no cell service, nobody around for miles. It's a very desolate road, no charging or anything. So what's happening is a better route planner has the LiveWire specifications in it, and it says in order to make this trip of 114 miles, if I'm leaving at 97%, so they recommend I leave at 97%, go 114 miles at 56 miles an hour, and then wind up at the Oasis at Death Valley with 10%. Now, because of wind and because of the amount of risk of running out of electricity in the middle of Death Valley, I'm going to probably go 55 miles an hour instead of 56 to make sure I have enough range to make it the whole way. Now, there are no DC fast chargers at the Oasis, but they do have a couple of level 2 chargers, which I can use for cars, or I can plug into the hotel room, like wheel the bike into the room and just plug it into the wall and charge overnight. Now, to give you an idea, this is a video on the Oasis at Death Valley website, so that's where I'll be staying. A really nice place out in the middle of nowhere. They have a nice hotel, good restaurants, swimming pool, just fabulous views. So I'll be taking some videos and having a good time along the way. What I want to demonstrate as part of this, I want to demonstrate the conversation about range. On the LiveWire website and other electric vehicle websites, they talk about, how many miles it goes between a charge, and 150 miles, 140 miles, and how fast on the freeway, etc., etc. What I want to demonstrate is when talking about range on electric vehicle, you don't really talk about how far it goes on a charge. You talk about where you can go, because when people ask you how far does it go on a charge, what they're really saying is, will I be able to fit the limitations of the motorcycle into my lifestyle? So my lifestyle at this point is going to be going from Los Angeles to Baker to the middle of Death Valley and back again. The only reason, by the way, that I don't come out this side here and go across, which is what I was originally planning to do, is because they had some storms and bad weather in Death Valley, and it washed out all the roads coming into the park from the west entrance. So that's why we're not doing that. But we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go on the LiveWire. It's gonna be a super trip. Here we go. Okay, it's 5:30 Saturday morning, just getting ready to go on the trip, checking the weather one last time. The thing that could ruin it for me is high winds would cause me not to be able to make the trip, and I'm in a little bit of luck here. It's Saturday, and the winds are 10 to 20 miles per hour out of the southeast, which means I'm going to have the wind in my back. So a little bit of high wind, but wind at my back. Later on tonight, the wind is going to go out of the northeast and occasionally be gusting to 40 miles an hour, but that'll be coming out of the northeast. So the whole name of the game is to get there quickly so that I don't experience the headwinds. Now then, tomorrow, Sunday, when I'm coming back, it'll be north to northwest winds at 17 miles an hour, which means wind at my back. So looks like I'm going to have wind at my back both ways. It'll be changing tonight, so I have to make sure I do this just right. But that's good, because right here it says 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts from the north tonight. That would be a problem for me if I don't make it in time. So this is what I'm bringing. I've got a ACR personal location unit, so this is basically a beacon. So if I get in some trouble, this will work in Death Valley, because there's no cell phone towers or anything like that in Death Valley. They did have a couple guys die in the last 6 months who broke down in their cars and tried to walk, and were found dead on the side of the road because they didn't have a beacon or something like that. So that's important to have. I've got the GoPro, 1 battery's in it, 2 spares, the chargers. I've got an extra battery pack, the GoPro chest mount, Senna, some wires. 2022 LiveWire ONE. We're going to show today, talk about range, talk about how you can go from basically Pasadena, Los Angeles area to the Oasis at Death Valley. We're about an hour and a half of charging, and that includes eating lunch while you're charging. So range is not as big an issue as you might think. Have a great day. Okay, I just finished charging at Electrify America in Hesperia. It was supposed to be a 10-minute charge. It was about a 20-minute charge because I went inside and had a Subway sandwich. So I'm at 78% right now. I'm going to take off to Barstow, charge up there, and then on to Baker. It's cold. I went into Walmart and bought another layer for my clothes, stay warm, and it's getting pretty windy. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, I'm at the Love's Travel Center in Barstow, California. Got here with 41% charge. So far I've been setting the cruise control at 70 the whole way. Got here with 41%. Now I'm at 48. I'm going to do a full charge to get to Baker in points, I think about 70 miles away, but one ride fast, over ride slow. So I'm going to fill up in Baker as I turn north into Death Valley. I have a tailwind right now, so that's helping me quite a bit. I'm a little bit concerned. I've been watching the weather, and it's getting really windy in Death Valley, so we'll see how that goes, but so far it's a go. So far the wind has been at my back. Talk to you soon. Okay, I'm at the Electrify America in Baker, California. I got here at 35%. I'm now at 70%, so 35% from Marshall. A little bit of a problem. It's getting really windy. You can see here the dust all around. Baker is at the south end of Death Valley. Now it's going to be a tailwind, but I'm not sure how long the tailwind's going to last. If it turns into a headwind, I'm going to have some problems. So technically, I should be able to drive at 56 miles an hour, go to 113 miles to the Death Valley Oasis and make it with 10% less. But because of the high winds, the mountains and everything else, I'm concerned that I won't have enough. So I'm going to slow it down probably to about 45 miles an hour, at least initially, see how I do, and maybe speed up towards the end. But I'll be leaving soon. I've got 3 GoPro batteries, so I'm going to start one when I leave. They last about 45 minutes. Then one in the middle, and then one when I get close to the end. It's going to be a great trip. Talk to you soon. Okay, I made it to Death Valley National Park. I have about 20 more miles to go to make it to the hotel. I charged in Baker. Right now, I've gone 102 miles. I have 41% left, so that's pretty good. 102 miles, 41% range left. Now the question might be, how am I going so far? And the answer is, I had a backwind the whole way. So the big storms, dust storms, whatever, I had the wind at my back the whole way. So I'm in good shape. it's 10 to 4. I just arrived at the Oasis. Looks like a really nice place. Gonna go check in. Left from Baker, went 115.6 miles, and I've got 37% left, or 46 miles. So that's what happens when you get a tailwind. Okay, I just got checked into the hotel. It's really windy, but they have chargers out front, so I'm plugged in. It says 8 hours and 8 minutes to go. So tomorrow morning I'll be able to take off early, go back home. It's kind of a cool place, but it's really, really windy. The weather's bad, but the winter storm advisory is going to be over at 5 a.m. So hopefully the strong wind that pushed me all the way here won't be here tomorrow. At least hope not. It'll probably go in the other direction. So there's the bike, having a great time. There's the chargers. Have a great day. Okay, it's Sunday morning, October 23rd. I'm at the Death Valley Oasis, and the cellular network is down, or it's not here, it's not working. The landlines are not working, so I really don't have any idea what the weather is going to be. I need to go. I got fully charged last night on the level 2 car charger here last night. So I've got, I guess, about 113 miles to go back to Baker to get charged. Everything should be good. I've got my GoPro recharged. I'm going to run the batteries out on the way back. So hope the wind's at my back. Bye. Okay, I'm back at Electrify America in Baker, California. I got here with 9%, was 114 miles. I started 45 for about 10 minutes, then I sped up to 55. When I got within 10 miles, I saw that I was still about 20%, so I drove 75, 80 the rest of the way, got here at 9%. On the way out, because the weather was so bad and I hadn't done it before, I just kind of stuck at 45 the whole way. I had a little bit of a tailwind, that's why my mileage was so high going in. Coming out, it was mostly crosswinds, still kind of windy, mostly crosswinds, but I made it back okay. This is next to a Tesla charger and a Dairy Queen, so starting to go in and get some meat. And it's great to have cell service again, and great to be in contact with civilization. So anyway, next stop is Barstow.